7,000 for 8,000 American 40 heavy.
Greetings. Welcome to the virtual command environment.
Alright guys, so in this video I want to show you this prototype flash cart that I received as part of a trade from Gerry O'Brien, also known on YouTube as NLEproGUY. Now I've owned this for about 6 months probably. Done a trade with Gerry for a few Parrot Game Gear cards a while ago. So as you've seen from the intro there, Gerry developed and built this flash cart all on his own. Gerry's actually a student, an electronics student. If you check out his channel, which we'll put a link to in the description bar below, Gerry actually does this as a hobby, and he has done a flash cart for the Game Boy, a few other systems, but he done this one for the Game Gear, which is how I found him. And yeah, after some negotiation I managed to get this off Gerry. Now this is one of a kind. This is the only one of these that exists, so I'm absolutely stoked to own it. As you can see, it's a bit of an ugly beast, but it serves its purpose. Now I don't know an awful lot about electronics, so I'll try and explain this the best I can. The Game Gear cartridge actually has the PCB for the Game Gear cart in it, and this part that you can see here is actually a Master System cartridge, and by splicing the two together he's managed to get a working flash cart. As you can see from the label here, it does up to 512 kilobytes, which is good enough to run about 90% of released Game Gear games. So the chip here in the centre is the actual game. Just a small chip here. The rest of it is basically to get it to work in the Game Gear. Now Gerry also provided me with several chips, pre-flashed chips, as you can see there. So there's 9 in total, one in the flash cart and then another 8 here, and each one has a different game on it. So I actually emailed some ROMs to Gerry and he flashed the chips for me himself, because I don't have the equipment to flash my own chips. So he also sent me a little bit of paper here just listing what games is on which chip. So there's also a little jumper on the back here, just here. If you remove this and move it up onto the other 2 pins, it switches it into Master System mode, which then allows you to run Master System games from the chip. And they also provided me with a chip puller, which allows me to take the chips out and then put a new chip in. So yeah, absolutely stoked to own this. Like I said, it is one of a kind. There's no other of these exist. It is basically, it's the same as the EverDrive that came out for the Game Gear there that I also own. But this, this is a prototype version, which is why it looks like a transformer or something. And basically, this is how Gerry got, taught himself how to get this to work. So yep, that's a pretty rare item, which I'm absolutely over the moon to have in my Game Gear collection. So I'll just fire up the Game Gear here and show you it in action. So the game that I have on the chip here is Aleste, which is part of the Power Strike series. You have to excuse the reflection, guys. Just turn the contrast down a little bit there. So as you can see, it works perfectly. Just works as if you have the original cartridge in the Game Gear. So actually, I don't usually actually use this thing. It's really a collector's item for me. But just showing you here to prove that it actually does work. So yeah, I'll just switch out the chip on it. I'll just try to be very careful with this because I don't want to break the thing. So if I can keep this in shot here while I do this. So I'll have to actually use this chip puller here. So that's the chip out there. I'll just pick a different chip here from my selection of chips. I actually sent a couple of prototypes to Gerry, so we'll check one of them out. Apparently chip number 2 is Frogger, which was a prototype that was never released on the Game Gear. So if I can squeeze it in here without damaging anything. It is pretty tricky to do this, which is why I usually just leave the one game in. Okay, that's it in. So that is Frogger, which like I say was a prototype. So that is 512 kilobyte flash card that was developed and built solely by Gerry O'Brien. Just wanted to do this video to show the thing off because it's absolutely awesome, and to say a big huge thank you to Gerry for sending this to me. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye now.